Welcome back, everybody. I am Dean Carianis. Please do feel free to give me a call, 1-800-922-6680. A couple people have called to say some nice things, but nobody wanted to go on the air with me. Now, how do you think that makes me feel? Of course I would want to speak to you. Am I intimidating? Am I worrying you? Some of you I know have questions about the late, great Rush Limbaugh, what it was like to work there. If you want to call about that or issues of the day, feel free. I am so looking forward to talking to you. Give me a call. Woo! Hip to be square. That's perfect for me because I am your host, Dean Carianis. I am not Derek Hunter, but welcome you to the Derek Hunter Show. I find that I've gotten a caller who's willing to speak to me, which is wonderful to hear. Again, I am the host of the History Author Show. Follow me at History Dean on Twitter and across social media. I never like to plug my own stuff. I am here to serve you, not the other way around, as a host. And that brings me to my very first caller in the history of my doing this show and my career on air, which is now into its second hour. So, Gary, go ahead and put this lady up. Anna. So, Anna, what makes you my first caller? Why are you calling me today?
Hey, Dean, I've got to say that you're doing a fantastic job, and Derek Hunter better watch his back because you...
Oh, no.
No, you're doing awesome. You're doing awesome, and it's a pleasure to hear you on the show.
Well, Derek, I'll tell you, I've been talking a lot today about the inside workings, a little of the dark side, the good, the bad, and the ugly of media. And one of the things about this is, Derek, if somebody can do a better job for the audience, he specifically told me this, don't worry about doing too good a job, because he said, if someone can do it better than me, I am more than happy to, he will give me his pinball crown and he'll let me have the job. So I appreciate you saying that, but I love listening to Derek personally. And I hope that you enjoy listening to me. And in fact, I think you do enjoy listening to me because you sound a little bit familiar. Where are you calling from, Anna?
I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Aha. You are, in fact, Anna Walner, are you not? The author.
I am. I am the author of Saltwater and Driftwood, which recounts the Great Storm of Galveston in 1900.
Gives me a chance to bring up William McKinley. So he was the president at the time. So that's the time. So I don't know if I can count you then. You know me a little bit from the show. We're going to have an upcoming interview that's going to be, I'm going to air and upload that video and audio on iHeartRadio for the Saturday of Labor Day weekend. So people will hear that then. But I'm glad you called because we got a call previously about hurricanes. And it's really important to talk about that because people have forgotten all about it. And it was the worst natural disaster in U.S. history. So that's something, again, that I want to bring here to Derek's audience and to everybody listening, something they may never have heard about before. So you wrote this book, Saltwater and Driftwood. Tell me a little bit about why you wrote that and what about this storm made you really interested in telling a story from a historical fiction perspective, but something that has a lot of the facts in it.
Well, I've read a lot of historical nonfiction on the subject. And so I wanted to really bring an experience to readers from the point of view of a character that was relatable, those emotions inside of the storm. Being a native Texan here in Houston, right now we're watching something that is just south of us in the Gulf. It's a scary time of year for us. We're always, eyes on the tropics. So it's something that you kind of grow up here along the Gulf Coast, having this fascination with weather. And so it brings us back to the worst natural disaster in the history of the United States, which is the Great Storm of 1900. And the anniversary is coming up very soon on September 8th. So it's something that Galvestonians certainly haven't forgotten, but it seems like the rest of the country has sort of let it fade into the past because it was before storms were named.
Yeah.
So we don't have a name for it.
Yeah. It's very true. And I want to go now. Anna, I want to thank you for calling. I want people to check out my interview with you about Saltwater and Driftwood. Great novel. Check out the novel. Please do go. I think your website is annajwalner.com, as I recall from our interview. But please do go check it out. Check out that History Author Show interview with me, because this is such a great story. I almost said fun, but about such a tragedy. 6,000 to 8,000 people dead. Hopefully we never see the likes of it again. Anna, thank you for your call today. I want to mention something about hurricanes, because I wrote a column in the New York Sun. Again, you can find me at newyorksun.com there, or at historyauthor.com. And the headline was, "Think gas prices are high now. Wait until a hurricane hits the Gulf Coast." And that's a perfect segue from Saltwater and Driftwood, because we had the global head of energy analysis for Oil Price Information Service, which is a mouthful, but this is this guy's job to watch that stuff. His name is Tom Clara. And he warned of apocalyptic gas prices if any of America's aging refineries are taken offline by a storm this season. We are in hurricane season. We're looking at one right now. And he says a single hurricane could catapult gas prices beyond the recent records. They're just starting to fall a little bit now. And America, incredibly, hasn't added any refining capacity since Reagan was in the White House. Gerald Ford. That's when the last new one came online. And we have less refining capacity today than we did then. Really an incredible thing to think about. We have only 129 petroleum refineries. So you can tell from that number, the fact that we're able to count them, that losing even one of them for a short period of time would cause a catastrophic ripple effect. And they're all running at near full tilt, by the way, near 95% capacity. The New York Times reported back in 2005 that America had less than half the number of refineries that it did in 1981. That's crazy. It shrank the output by 10%. Oil refineries, gas refineries are not very sexy, but it's definitely something that when you can't fill your tank, when you're looking at these prices, if you're not somebody who can afford to fill them, it's you dreaming of having a refinery. It's really something you want to be able to get a hold of. So I encourage you, again, go to newyorksun.com. Again, not because I write there, just as you shouldn't go to check out Anna J. Walner's book, Saltwater and Driftwood, because I interviewed her and I love it, but because I love sharing things with all of you, and I have this great opportunity, and I owe it to you, because without you listening, I wouldn't be here.